Good morning. Ready for our next case? Please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Good morning, Christopher Oxley, 451267.
Okay. Christopher. Grab this. My name's Brennan Kelsey. I'll be on me as Mr. Tony Marabella and Miss Bonnie Jackson. We'll be having a parole interview. Be asking you some questions. You can respond. At the end, you can make a statement. We'll take a vote. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
And then you'll have at the appropriate time, Kimberly Oxley will speak. Ivy Bush will speak. Nakia Oxley will speak. And then you have Zachary Spears here as well. All right, Christopher Oxley, DOC number 451267. Your first class offender. Eligibility date 12/5/2023. Good time 2/18/2083. Full term 10/5/2098. 99-year sentence on robbery. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, Christopher?
44,
How many years have you been incarcerated?
23 years, 6 months.
You have a GED or high school?
Yes, sir.
What do you have?
I have a GED.
And you got it while you're incarcerated?
Yes, sir.
What grade did you drop out of school in?
I stopped school in the 11th grade.
Why did you quit school in 11th grade?
Attention issues, wasn't focusing in class. My mama felt it was better to pull me to go to a second chance school. And I didn't have a chance to complete that. I ended up completing it when I got to Angola.
Tell me, and this is pretty significant crime. Because you have a past criminal history, but this is a pretty significant. Tell me about this crime. I mean, tell me exactly what was going through your mind. Well, first of all, were you drinking or did you have drugs in your system? Do you drink or do drugs?
No, sir, I don't drink, I don't do drugs.
Were you at the time drinking or doing drugs when this happened?
No, sir.
Okay, well, tell me about it.
At the time that we committed this crime, a friend of mine called me and said that his mama was robbed. I agreed to be the driver to take him because he was supposed to be going to try to get the money back. And I gave him a ride to go do the robbery.
You just brought somebody to do the robbery. That's it?
Sir?
That's all you did? You just drove and
Yeah, I was the driver. I never went in to rob the store. I was the transportation, which was very irresponsible of me. I accept the responsibility for my actions for even allowing myself to be put in that situation. But, not wanting to tell a so-called friend no, I agreed to take him.
I mean, was it a juvenile that you sent in there?
It was two, sir.
Were they juveniles that went in there?
No, I was 20 at the time. The next guy was 19, and the youngest was a juvenile. I don't know how old he was, but it was.
You knew nothing about it. You said they wanted to rob it. You just brought them there, and did what they did.
No, sir, I'm not saying I didn't know nothing about it. I knew what their intentions was, but I didn't go in. I was the driver. It was my car.
So why did you do it? Why did you do it? What was the reason for you to be even driving?
They was friends. Told me he was in distress, that his mama had got robbed, and they was gonna be homeless. So I agreed to be the ride, which again was very irresponsible of me. At 20 years old, I didn't want to be the one who wasn't with the program, be talked about. You know, I was worrying about what they thought of me then at 20. Today I'm 44. If I could change it, it would have never happened. The man I am today wouldn't have even let them put me in that position.
And this was, was this a place that you formerly had worked for? This, where y'all robbed or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Chevron, I used to be an employee there for about a month or two.
And they had, you know, and the report says that they noticed you exiting the store with a black and tan book sack over your shoulder. So you saying you never got out, you called.
No, sir. It was three of us. There was three of us that was in the car. I got out the car and urinated in
Yeah,
the
look, just tell me all the truth. How about that? Let's start over. Just tell me all the truth, how it went down. Just tell me what happened.
Okay. They called me to come over to pick them up, told me about what happened. I agreed to drive them to go do the robbery. One went in the store, well, two went in the store. I was in a car parked. One came running out. He was picked up the following day. One was caught inside the store, arrested right then. I was arrested by the bushes urinating. They brought me to the woman, Miss Williams, at that time, to be identified. One of the man who was arrested, caught inside the store, told him that I was the driver.
And when he said that they noticed you exiting the store with a black and tan book sack over your shoulder, that wasn't you?
No, it was the other guy that left the store.
Well, tell me something. Tell me what, this is, you've been down for a little while. This is a little concerning to me. I was looking over your disciplinary write-ups. You have, you know, you have some, you went through a time of 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2021 of contraband. What were those contraband?
Some of my contrabands was smoking. They had stopped cigarettes, and I had 99 years. I was smoked cigarettes. One of my
I mean,
two of my
I
contrabands.
understand you had 99 years, but did you know the rules?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I knew that they had passed a law about smoking inside of a building, and I smoked a cigarette. Two of my ones were cell phone.
You know it's wrong to have cell phones in there?
Yes, sir. I know exactly what's wrong, sir. And cell phones didn't do all the stuff that they do today. I was addicted to the cell phone.
What about the aggravated disobedience in 3/8/2022?
2022 disobedience. I was asleep during a count. I had got off from work, was sitting on my box, and I laid back waiting for the count time to come and fell asleep. The lady, she walked by, wrote my bed number down, and I went to court on the disobedience.
Well, tell me what you've been doing while you've been incarcerated. What kind of programs have you taken? What things have you taken to improve yourself?
Since my incarceration, sir, I have received my GED. I got certifications in welding, culinary arts. I have pre-release. I have taught substance abuse. I have started a self-help class called Outdoor Development where I was teaching life skills. I held the board on sober group, living in balance.
What kind of skills do you have?
I got certifications in operating heavy machinery, forklifts, cranes, welding, business management. I worked for CDC warehouse for a while, to where I was responsible for shipping and inventorying canteen items to all DOC.
So are you a trustee?
When I was up in Angola, yes, I was a Class A trustee. Here they say I have too much time.
Probably those disciplinaries don't help, do they?
Yes, sir.
They probably get them right.
Yes, so disciplinary wouldn't help, but they not gonna have that issue on me here.
Where are you gonna go? What are your plans if you were to be released? You're gonna go, what you got?
If granted parole today, my plans is to go work. I have numerous job opportunities. I know I can go into a wellness shop and weld, but I have a job plan already. My sister has opened her residence to me. I want to get back into auto mechanics because I feel like a trade in auto mechanics is gonna be something that's gonna always be able to be used. I'm going to find me a church home for sure, because God has been working in my life from the moment I got here. And I'm gonna do everything with my support system. I have a great support system. My daughter, my sister, friends and family, they have helped me a lot.
You said you facilitate, or you're working in substance abuse people. You're involved in that, you said?
Yes, sir. I was involved with sober group. I held the board on the class. I was a secretary at one time. A motivational help
You
for
weren't a drink or anything? You weren't a drug user?
no, sir.
But before this, just decided to get involved in this? You weren't a drinker or a drug user?
No, sir. I learned that I took substance abuse because it was a class that I feel like you can apply to everyday life. You don't have to have, to me, you didn't have to have a drug problem to apply the 12 steps. Anything that you do can be abused. You go through your life, and anything that makes your life unmanageable is how I applied the life skills. And one of the steps in the 12 steps was saying, admitting that you have powers over addictions and your life had become unmanageable. Well, with cell phones, I was addicted to the cell phone. And my head stayed down looking at a phone. And when you apply these different things to your life, I don't necessarily feel like I had to have a drug problem to help somebody else that has a drug problem or that has addiction, period.
Type of thing. Gordon, you got any input for us?
Christopher transferred here from Angola about a year ago. I'm not super familiar with him, which is probably a good thing. He hasn't had a write-up since he's been here. He's currently enrolled in victim impact training, and he works in the rec room on Unit 1. Like I said, he hasn't been any problems since he's been here.
He's taking the victim awareness or victim impact. How long is that class?
So he should finish that one in May.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll hear from Ms. Kimberly Oxley now. All right, you're on mute.
Is it unmuted?
I can hear you now, yes.
Okay, good morning.
Morning. Go ahead and make your statement.
Okay, Christopher is my brother. That's my baby brother, and I've seen a complete turnaround in him. I think he's experienced some things there that actually help him develop into the man that he's here today. He will be coming to live with me. That invitation is definitely open to him, and I hope he does utilize it, which I'm sure he is, because I'm the big sister and he has to listen to me. And I'm just looking forward to him having the opportunity to, live out the rest of his life in a positive manner. Be there for his nephews and his grandkids and his daughters.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
We hear from Ivy Bush.
Hello,
Ms. Ivy.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get most.
All right.
How doing? Hello. Christopher is my cousin. We grew up together. This time with him being gone has been a lot for us to deal with. Just talking to him, I never really visit him on a regular basis, but talking to him over the phone, and we had a long time to talk up in the waiting area just now. And I mean, it's not that he was a bad person before, because I can't say, oh, he was just this horrible person, because he wasn't the one to get in no trouble. It was a choice that he made, and I could tell just sitting down talking with him that it was an eye opener. And just the things that has transpired in his life throughout the time of his incarceration. Sometimes I feel like God does everything for a reason. Sad to say that it took him to go to jail, but just, people that he encountered, people that he, I used to turn minister to along the way to help them throughout, his time of being incarcerated, because I know people that has been incarcerated and they allow it to get them down and they be stuck in that, institutional mentality. And, he down with 99 years, but yet he's talking to people, trying to uplift them. I am a business owner. I opened up my establishment to him. He does have a job in management position. It's not millions of dollars, but I think it's good pay with where he's coming from, and whatever it takes to help him to transition back into society. I'm here, and as well as the support of the rest of our families here to make him, to help him with that, to be a smooth transition. I'm sorry.
All right, that's okay. Thank you. We're here from Mr. Takia Oxley now.
Hi, Christopher is my father. And him being released will mean a lot to me. He's always been a great father in my life, especially given where he's at. He never let his faith between us separate and stop him from being a father in my life. And he also has his first granddaughter that I know he would love to be not only a good emotional support and a good grandfather too, but also be physically there and present with her every day. And that's what I want to say. I'm sorry. But
Okay.
I love my father, and I know he tried his hardest to be a good man for me and a good person I can look forward to and up to. And I thank God for my auntie Kim and my mother for allowing me to be able to come up here every month to see him, and the phone calls he makes to me almost on a daily basis.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for your coming. All right, Christopher, would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I first would like to apologize to Miss Williams. She was the clerk of the store that night. I never meant no harm to her. I didn't want no harm to come to her, and I'm thank God no harm came to nobody. It was very irresponsible of me, and I fully accept all responsibility for my actions. It would a 20-year-old me would have never let it happen. I mean, a 44-year-old me, it would have never happened. 20-year-old me had to go through something to learn, and I'm so sorry that the ripple effect of it affected her life. I hope God can find it, give her a way to move forward if she haven't already. And I'd like to thank my family for supporting me. I'm sorry I put everybody through this.
All right. All right, Mr. Oxley. Look up your write-up history is a little concerning to me. The disciplines is, it is, look, that's a problem. You've done a lot of good work, though. You've put a lot of time in, you have a lot of life skills, you have some things that you get out there and contribute. You have really good family support, you got a low tiger. I'm willing to give you a shot today. Your parole eligibility date is 12/5/2023, so you got a little time. I want you to complete the big impact class for sure. And if you have time to take another class, that's fine. And then when you're eligible, you'll be released. And I want you to have a curfew from 10 p to 6 a, unless you're working. I want you to attend NAA one time a week. I want you to do community service 6 hours per month. Give back to the community. Give back, tell your story. Try to help young folks. I want you to maintain full-time employment. I'm just one vote, but that's my vote for today. Ms. Jackson.
All right, Mr. Oxley, at the time of this offense, you were a offender, you were in your early 20s. You have taken some programs that have been good programs. You seem to be genuinely actions, and I'm willing to take a chance and use our vote would be to grant with the same conditions as Mr. Kelsey.
Mr. Marabella.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I agree with my colleagues, Mr. Oxley. My vote would be the same with the same conditions. So good luck to you.
All right,
Thank
you have 3 grant your parole after you completed your victim impact class, and at which time when you're parole eligible, which according to this is 12/5/2023, and then you understand stipulations, community service, NAA, curfew, full-time employment. Understand?
Yes, sir.
3 of us grant your parole's been granted. Good luck to you.
Thank you.